I'm your host, Arlo De Jesus, and joining me tonight are two big names in the sports world. First, we have Coach Martin Hammer Antonio. Hi, Coach. Good evening. Kamusta po?
Okay naman, very good, and I'm excited to be reunited with this guy because I've been with him when he was way before he became very famous. Way before when he was in high school. Tama, high school, grade school ka pa ron. High school.
And of course, we have a very special guest tonight. Hoop Junkie is in the house. Hi, Mr. Patrick Edrosoro. Kamusta? It's been a while.
Thank you so much for having me.
Para wala nang may alaman Pat. Wala nang may kilalang Pat sa'yo eh. ako kilala ko kasi siyang Pat. Si Pat. So, no, I remember we touched base when we were trying to do a coverage for one of the leagues.
Yes.
Sinabi sa akin coach, nung coach niya, na coach ko rin.
Yeah.
Si Pat. Si Pat! Naalala ko. Pero na yan, Hoop Junkie.
Hoop Junkie.
Yes, he's more known as Hoop Junkie, and we're glad that you're here ngayon, and we're looking forward to your input. Dahil marami tayong pag-uusapan in regards to basketball today.
Welcome to SB Nation, Pat.
Thank you.
And to our sports fans, are you ready to elevate your sports experience? Dive into the world of live sports like never before with Sports Plus PH. Whether you're a diehard fan or simply love the thrill of the game, we've got you covered. So register now at sportsplus.ph.
Linis? Ang linis ng delivery. Ilang beses na po ako nabulol. Kinukwento ko, sa camera ko. Kanina ko pa kinukwento kay Arlo before the start. Pag pinag-host ako, kaya ko take care of business, binabasa ko talaga. Galing. Galing. Good job.
Thank you po. Alright, so tonight we have three exciting hot takes to discuss. So first, Troy at QMB lalaro sa Gilas. And for our second hot take, bakit nasa ilalim ang SMC teams? And bahita talo pa ba sa Creamline? And last but not the least, the SPN expert picks. So simulan na ba natin, Coach Hammer and Pat?
Let's go.
Alright, so Troy and QMB lalaro sa Gilas. So Troy Rosario's dream season is about to get even better. Just months after he started to play for his dream PBA team, which is the Barangay Ginebra. Ngayon naman, sasabak ulit si Troy sa Gilas. So anong masasabi niyo doon?
Yeah, it's a plug-and-play pick for Coach Tim Cone having Troy Rosario in Gilas Pilipinas. So I don't think he'll have a problem adjusting, and it's unfortunate that Kai Soto and Kevin Kiambao will not be able to play for Gilas. But you know, Troy is ready. He's having a breakout season, and he's doing well for Coach Tim Cone and Barangay Ginebra.
Yeah, gusto ko yung ginamit ni Pat na plug and play itong mga players ito, especially with him being more familiar with the system. Meron na rin siyang tour of duty for the national team. Of course, Troy is a veteran. If I was with him, if I was him, I would have taken the extra days of rest. Pero again, after the contract, after his contract was done, natapos niya yung kontrata niya sa Blackwater, he was able to recuperate. Then now, going with Barangay Ginebra, Arlo, you've been front and center watching him play even in practices. Okay ito, pero ako mas interested ako kay QMB, to be honest, kasi we need size. Honestly, Troy Rosario is a 3-4 when it comes to the international competition. He is a little bit more of a post-up threat na parang pwede mong i-plug in sa position ni Kevin Kiambao, and he was that guy when he was playing in college and in the semi-pros. But again, we were losing the biggest wild card in our roster with the injury of Kai Soto. So QMB can actually negate some of the things that we lost with Kai. He can rebound, he's alive, big body, 6'10", can bang with the best of them. Pero malaking bagay kasi yung Kai Soto. We can't sugarcoat it. Yes. Siya yung fulcrum ng programa natin yun. And it's unfortunate that he tore up his knee, but again, like, ganyan that's life. Next man out. So hopefully, matawag tong dalawang players na to and hindi malayo dahil nga kailangan natin ng size. QMB is by far one of the best big guys. I mean, si Balti rin, pwede siguro ma-call up kasi Balti is had tours with the national team na din, and he has size and bata pa. So yung next cycle ng national team, pwede siyang masama.
Yeah, pero yun nga. Ay, by the way, Kuya Troy, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Troy.
Birthday, Troy.
Kuya Troy,
Ano taon? 30 something. But
38?
No, 34. 34.
Pinatanda ako siguro.
Matanda ako kay Troy. I'm older. Yun yung, pero naabutan ko when I was coaching, when I was starting to coach during my graduate assistant years. Troy Rosario, matchup nightmare. And volleyball player din kasi siya. So it gives him a little bit more leverage. But as he got seasoned as a basketball player, of course, skill player kasi si Troy. And he had some of the best years playing for Talking Tex, makikita natin sa stats. I think that's during his 5th and 6th seasons. So, yun yung malaking bagay. But again, babalik ako eh. Pagdating sa international competition, size really matters. So QMB, 6'10", averaged almost a double-double in his NCAA seasons. He played for a handful of schools, Rice, Vanderbilt, Citadel, and then he transferred to UP as a graduate student. Won a championship, 8-8 plus a block, but nakita natin yung effect niya in game number 2 and game number 3 of the UAAP finals. So malaking bagay na meron tayong ma-pick up na malaki kasi kailangan natin talaga ng malaki.
Although it's still not clear if QMB will join Gilas Pilipinas. Yeah. Because wala pang official na...
Wala pang invite sa kanilang dalawa.
From Tim Cone. But yeah, I agree with you. QMB brings out the size, experience, winning a championship with the UP Fighting Maroons. QMB will be able to give the size and heft for Gilas Pilipinas. Hopefully may invite siya.
Oh, definitely it's a no-brainer for me if you're Coach Tim Cone, if you're the brain trust of the national team. Naka-key in na yan eh, kasi sila Karel Tamayo na nasa international competition yun, sila Kiefer, SJ, they had their all-star game, Justin Gutang and all those guys in Asia, iba-ibang mga lugar, nakita natin they're all over social media, which is that's the turf of hoop junkie, nakikita ko lang yan on Depre kasi diba, sinishare nila yan yung generation yun eh. Wala na nga mga best kept secrets ngayon eh. It's all in the open.
Yeah.
Kaya expose ka pag hindi ka go hard. Magaling ka sa social media, tapos pagdating sa laro, doon natin makikita. But again, at the end of the day, we need more, ano pa matatawag natin dito? Healthy bodies, kasi AJ Edu is a shell of himself din. I mean, AJ has been up and down since youth team to eh. He has been bitten by the injury bug. Had a few cycles with Coach Tab Baldwin na maganda yung inilaro niya. But again, we need bigger guys, more athletic Filipino kids na maglaro. Kasi hindi pwedeng si June lang. Hindi pwedeng si Kai lang. Yun na nga, nadali na nga si Kai. So, sino pa yung mga paparating na nasa pipeline natin? Dahil importante sa isang national team program is talent identification, number 1. And number 2, paano natin i-develop yung talent na na-identify.
Pero mahirap para sa Gilas mag-adjust ulit dahil nawalan sila ng mga key players.
Sino yung kausap natin dito na may nakausap ako over the week na Coach Rob Labagala. Coach Rob, shout out. Congrats sa Basilan na stint. I was talking with Coach Rob over I think a few, last weekend. We're talking about the skill level of Filipinos. Na itong mga Pinoy na to, ang gagaling mag-basketball. Kaya lang, hindi tayo ganun kalalaki.
Yun talaga yung Achilles heel natin.
Size eh. I mean, you've been exposed to a lot of international competitions eh. You've covered the EASL, you've seen the NBA, na ibang klase kasi pagka, okay yung magaling eh, pero pagka ang bantay na ng 5'10 na gwardiya, 6'7 na gwardiya, ibang tipong, ibang kombinasyon na yun ng laro. Talagang makukumutan ka pag dinidepensa.
And yung direction ng national team natin, it's having size. Yung mga previous tournaments natin sa may Asian qualifiers, we have Dwight Ramos bringing the ball up, Chris Newsome. So yun yung direction ng national team natin. And hopefully, we get the next generation, makuha natin yung mga players na may size and the skill to fill up the positions for Gilas Pilipinas.
Ang pinakakailangan natin dito, magdasal tayo kay Bathala na lahat ng mga player natin maging healthy. Kasi sa totoo, mangilan-ngilan lang yung makikita natin na ganyan. mga 6'7'3", isa lang yan, Kai Soto. Hopefully magkaroon pa ng isa. One of one, talaga. One of one. And ngayon pa lang nga niya na de-develop yung skill level niya, yung talent. Nagdo-dominate, tas na injured pa. Kevin Kiambao, one of one din yan. So, Carl Tamayo. Ito na yung golden age ng mga talents and size ng mga Pilipino. Siguro mga in 10 years pa tayo ulit makakita ng mga ganyan. So, hopefully, everybody becomes healthy. Tayo na batala.
And nung generation, siguro mga 10 years ago, walang ganyan.
Wala, sila Kiefer pa yun eh.
Yeah,
Jeron Kiefer, ang big man na nila, si Isaac. Si Isaac at saka may isa pa sila big man, si Prince Rivero. So, maliit yung team natin yun, pero matatapang.
Oo.
Itong batch nila Kai, KQ, Carl, Yukin Andrada, Bismarck Lina, yung batch na yan eh, Penny Estacio, sino ba yung nasa national team na yan? Nag-ano sila eh, nag-FIBA Asia din yan eh, yung batch na yan. Naalala ko lang yung mga bilis, especially kasi, syempre yung mga, my boys! I always remember my boys.
Alright, let's move on to our next hot take. Bakit nasa ilalim ang SMC teams? So let's take a look at this standings.
Yep.
TNT, Converge, Eastern, Meralco, Northport, Kane, Shayrat, ayan na nga. Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel, Magnolia.
Well, kung titignan mo naman, dikit-dikit eh. Ginebra they're only 2 games behind the top spot and half a game behind the number 2 spot. So, dikit-dikit lang din with Converge. But, yung sa San Miguel, lagi may mga reason eh. Magnolia, number 1, they lost their most potent offensive player in Poly. Okay, he's been injured. And malaking bagay yun. Yung point of attack mo is injured. Mark Baroka is up and down din when it comes to, kasi yung mataas na rin yung mileage ni Mark Baroka. But my boy, Peter Alfaro, doing well in one of the games. Really proud of you, Pedro. Really proud of you. Doing really well. Gave a good account of himself last game. San Miguel, ito, ang key dito kasi nagkaroon ng coaching change. Tama, di ba?
Yes.
Coaching change, so malaking bagay yan. Hindi ganun ka lalim yung pinagmulan, pero nagbalasa din ang tao. Di ba? 3-team trade. Pringle, Romeo, Stern Hardinger opting to not play at all this conference. It affected Ginebra in San Miguel. Players nila were being moved, and we shall see if simula pa lang ng ano to eh. Pagod din.
And sa San Miguel, they didn't have good fit sa imports nila. I believe
Pangilan na to? Pangatlo? Pangatlo na ba? Prodguy, pangatlo, pang-apat na yung import nila. Hindi ko sigurado alam ko pangatlo pa lang yung
meron din akong narinig na kinukuhang import pero hindi natuloy. So parang ganun yung
Ang babagay lang sa San Miguel na import sila Monstrotters. O Asturkin Mot. Yan, yung mga panahon na. But injuries eh. Kasi when it comes to San Miguel, they're one of the older teams with their main players. Remember, Chris Ross has been there for the longest time. Junmar is no spring chicken, also faced lower body injuries. But Junmar is not slowing it down anytime soon. So may mga piyesa silang ipinalit, may mga bagong bata na ipa-plug in. Ginebra, ganun din. Pero nakikita natin, no? When it comes to this, may nakita ko dito with Ginebra, when it comes to point differential, mataas yan. 7.3. Mataas yan. They've been defending well in terms of the whole league. They're number 1 when it comes to limiting opponents. Yan talaga ang trademark ng any team kung team eh. Mukha lang siya maganda pagdating sa opensa, pero pagka nag-flip na, lagi siyang may mga pitbull. Yan talaga ang trademark ng any team kung team. They're the best defensive team. So, they are right there. Ang nagiging problema nila ngayon dito is they are scoring way below than what is expected from their pieces. Ako, yun yung nakikita ko. When it comes to San Miguel, they need additional outside shooting, additional firepower. Laging predictable. Junmar will get his 2020 anytime that he's in the mood.
I think they're still adjusting Coach Hammer because of the coaching changes and yung mga bagong pieces nila, Wami Chongson. And siguro rin yung four positions.
Malaking bagay, no? Kasi guard yung nagko-4 nila eh. Nagiging 4 guard lineup siya. Pero malaking bagay Wami Chongson kasi outside shooter.
Yeah.
Tapos nakakapag-create din ng sarili niyang tira. Medyo mataas na rin kasi talaga yung Chris Ross yung mileage eh. So nakikita natin para playing assistant coach na siya. Asan ba si Chris Lutz? Si Chris Lutz yung mga ganung type ang kailangan nila. But again, if San Miguel is looking into guys who would plug in on that power forward position. Kasi nga, the past few drafts, nagkaroon ng malaking, ano ba tawag? May malaking talent pool na nag-forgo ng draft. Kasi yan ang reality eh. Business is business. Pagtapos mo ng college, kumuha ka na ng championship sa college, pagdating mo sa professional ka, you are paid to play. And whoever has the biggest offer after you get drafted, syempre dun ka pupunta. Yan po yung reality.
Coach Hammer, yun yung parang lost generation sa PBA.
Oh, totoo!
Kasi you got all these stars, Dwight Ramos, RJ Arbrientos na
Nakabuti na.
Oo.
Ba't ka nakikinig? Okay. Nanonood si RJ.
Yeah, so these players, Coach Hammer and Arlov, ano talaga, like, I think that's what's sorely lacking sa PBA. And buti na lang yung past draft, maraming mga players from abroad na bumalik. Yeah. And we're happy that these players are coming back din, syempre. It's a gain for Filipino basketball.
Kasi kung titignan mo nga, buti nga si Balti naglaro na sa PBA, pero ilang top draft pick yun? I mean, in any draft year, you would get, of course, Kiefer was top 3. Kiefer, 30 would have been a top 3 pick. Could have easily been number 1 in any good draft year.
Kai Soto.
Kai Soto is Kai number 1 yan,
For
sure.
sure.
If ever some of these guys go here, Dwight, puwera na lang pag nagsabay-sabay yan. Doon na magkakakarambola. Parang yung Kelly Williams, Arwin Santos nun. But at the end of the day, these guys are the premier talents that are flying out of the country, which is a good thing for us. Na-expose sila sa international competition. And OFW yan, nagpapasok ng remittances sa atin at nabubuksan yung mata ng mga mas batang player na meron palang chances maglaro abroad. So, yan talaga yun. And strong teams will always find ways to be competitive. Talking Tex is still number 1. They are finding ways to converge, rebuilding, and thoroughly built the past 2 seasons. Maganda yung forward and center rotation nila. They have very good outside shooters. They have a very tough squad. And they're a tough out. So, ganyan lang naman. Dikit-dikit ang team standings. Laging ang usapan naman dyan sino papasok sa semis. And pag pasok sa semis, sino papasok sa finals. Ganyan naman yan. Basta, ayaw mo lang katapat yung Ginebra sa quarterfinals. Ayaw mo katapat yung San Miguel sa quarterfinals. Ayaw mo katapat yung Magnolia pagka-healthy sa quarterfinals. Yan yung iiwasan.
Coach Hammer, we have a few games left sa
handful.
Yeah, and excited ako dun sa spot na yun sa San Miguel tsaka Magnolia.
Dulo, no?
Yeah,
Yung number 8.
Pag nag-tie yan, possible na mag-do or die sila para makapasok sa So yeah, it's an exciting time for the PBA. And
very much needed, no?
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to our next hot take for tonight. May tatalo pa ba sa cream line?
PLDT!
Let's go,
PLDT!
PLD.
Oh, grabe. Homer pick, PLDT. Sinabi na po ni Coach Hammer na PLDT. Hopefully, if that's the question, we have a handful of games that were played over the weekend, paning 3-setters. So nakikita natin medyo humihiwalay na a few storylines na magandang balikan. Teka, iikot ko lang ito. Kasi nag-notes ako kanina, nakalimutan ko lang sa sasakyan ko dahil na-excite ako sa laro ng anak ko. Okay, of course, we had Savvy Davidson leading the pack for PLDT. They swept Akari. It was a very good game for them in the second and third set. First set, medyo dumidikit pa yung kalaban, pero wala eh, dumiin si Majoy at saka si Savvy, and maganda yung dinipensa ng PLDT when it comes to the net game. Do we think they would be contenders? Of course we do. And do we want them to topple Creamline? Of course we do. They're our partners. But at the end of the day, Creamline is a very strong team. Sa Akari, Gretchen Sultones, get well soon, Mars, dahil alam ko may iniinda ka sa tuhod mo. Konting wall sits, konting rehab quad sets, okay na yan. Hopefully, you'll be back in harness. Choco Mucho, Dina Wong is back. Maraming parang extra fiesta to. Dahil sobrang daming fans si Dina Wong, and hopefully, maging consistent. Si Rondina provide a lot of firepower, but Zeus Coffee pushing them in the first set. Nandun doon in striking distance ang Zeus Coffee. They almost took this game hanggang sa dulo, nagraratratan back-to-back 5-setters na itong Choco Mucho. Farm Fresh taking care of business din. Julina De La Cruz, congratulations, welcome back. Coming back from an ACL tear. scoring 20 points. Definitely
What a comeback.
did her rehab really well. Looking very spry. Yung mga atake niya on point. Ganda ng ball placement niya. Nakakatuwa kasi coming from an injury na ACL, it's different when it comes to volleyball. Volleyball is a lot of landing and changing directions, going to an explosive movement.
Yeah.
Sa basketball kasi panay pihit. Ito, panay hinto talon, lipat ng
Yes.
direction. So that's the difference when it comes to that. And extend, also building in striking distance. EJ finally getting her fresh start dito sa koponan na to. And we're hoping for the best for all these teams. But going back to the question, Creamline is so loaded. It is so loaded. That squad,
Yeah.
especially, makakatulong kasi parang in any sport, pag malalim ang roster mo, medyo papayag, 6 na buwan to, pre. 6 na buwan tong liga na to. Kaya, war of attrition, pahabaan ng pasensya. Ang usapan din, pagdating ng playoffs, sino yung pinaka-healthy? Kasi the teams that win championships, they're the healthiest. Be it in basketball, be it in football, American football, rugby, volleyball. Kung sino yung may mga injuries sa mga heavy hitters nila, yun ang medyo tumatagalin. But Creamline has a second six and even has a reserve team that can start for other squads.
And you can see in the graph, no, they've dominated this conference.
That's their league.
PVL All Filipino. Yeah, and I think it would be a Creamline Choco Mucho finals again.
Mukha. Yan yung nangyari last conference. So, we'll see. Pero ako PLDT. PLDT
tayo.
Siyempre, PLDT. Homer pick po yan Homer pick. Homer pick talaga yan. Dahil si Mika, baka pagka tinag ako ng story, dahil magkikita kami mag-NCAA volleyball na Kaya magkikita kami ni Mika, one of our panelists. So yeah, ako yan Ewan ko dito sa dalawang kasama. But again, Creamline is such a solid squad. Their third six can compete against the starting six of other teams. It remains to be seen if there is a team that can feel that much depth, that much experience, and that much, paano ba natin ito sasabihin? Hindi siya swag that much confidence in the way that they play and the system that they run.
Yes. Alright, let's move on to our last hot take.
Ito marami kang pick dito. Marami kang pick dito. Ito NBA. This is the
SPN Expert Picks.
Ito yung lane ni Hoop Junkie. Ito talaga. When it comes to tatlong games to.
Ano ba yung first game na?
Minnesota, Memphis. Okay.
Phoenix Suns.
Sige. Phoenix tayo.
Phoenix muna.
Phoenix, Cleveland. Okay, nagsalita yung boses ni Papa Grant.
Oo nga.
Unahin mo yung maganda. Yun yung mga
Sabi, wag muna.
Okay, Cleveland
Man,
over Phoenix.
Grabe yung Cleveland Cavaliers ngayon. It's really a renaissance. Naalala ko yung 2016 era with LeBron James. And you can see their record, 35-6. Although natalo sila sa OKC Thunder, I think sila pa rin yung papasok sa conference finals. Yun yung maglalaban dyan, yung Boston Celtics and Cleveland Cavaliers. So, they're going to battle it out with the Phoenix Suns. They've won 4 out of their 5 games. So, I think they have a chance. Although, sa Phoenix, I've heard that Bradley Beal and Nurkic, hindi sila maglalaro against the Cavaliers. So, I think the Cavaliers will take this one.
What do you think is the biggest difference with this roster? Kasi they're with Cleveland, they're returning the exact same team from last season. Of course, they changed their coach in Kenny Atkinson. What do you think is the biggest inflection point para dito sa Cleveland?
Si Jarrett Allen. I think they've missed Jarrett Allen last season. And with him healthy, coming back, ito yung parang boost na kailangan ng Cleveland Cavaliers. And hopefully, sa playoffs, makita ulit natin yung same na sigla. Because Coach Hammer, iba yung regular season compared sa playoffs. And it remains to be seen if kaya ng Cavaliers na mag all the way sa finals. Pero against the Phoenix Suns, I think they'll take this one. They'll take this dub over Phoenix.
Me too. Ako tingin ko yung Jarrett Allen is a big part of the the breakout of Evan Mobley. Because Evan Mobley now has been given an opportunity to play to his strengths, which is handling the basketball, being a playmaker, being an outside shooting 7-footer that can defend multiple positions. So that covers a lot of things. Kasi maliit si Darius Garland, maliit si Spida, Donovan Mitchell. They are on average, they are listed 6'4" both. But in reality, you could give or take an inch or two. So you're looking at a 6'2" point guard and combo guard on your backcourt, and that gives you, that you give up a lot of size when it comes to your roster. But dahil 7-footer si Jarrett Allen at 7-footer si Evan Mobley, okay na sila doon. Tsaka may Okoro, di ba? Okoro is on their is on their squad. So that's an athletic wing guy that can defend.
Coach Hammer, may napansin pala ako compared last season. Aside from Jarrett Allen, si Garland and si Mitchell, last season parang parang Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant.
Nagkakapaan pa.
Oo, nagkakapaan.
Your turn, my turn.
Ngayon parang magka-sync na sila. And I think that's one of the key points kung bakit successful yung Cavaliers this season.
Yeah, dahil Darius Garland, more of a traditional point guard that can shoot from the outside. Very good. He improved this defense.
Yeah.
He really improved this defense, and he was listed as a scorer coming out of college, shooter scorer. But now he improved this defense. You can't take advantage of him siguro dahil din sa rules. He's able to play in space, so malaking bagay yan. And mas madaling dumipensa pag meron kang tatlong athletic na malalaki behind you. So you can play it out. And they have outside shooters on their squad. And they're playing lights out. Phoenix, parang naghahanap pa rin sila ng rhythm halfway through the season. Hindi mo pa nakikita pumutok si Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant ng sabay-sabay.
Yeah.
So, that
I think they should make a move sa trade deadline. Pero I don't think they have the cap or the flexibility.
Bibitawan nila si Bradley Beal. Yun talaga yung yun yung trading piece.
Injured siya So, di ba?
Marami naghahanap. Sabi Milwaukee is knocking on the door, so we'll see.
Yes, sir.
We also have Minnesota against Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, both teams playing 500 basketball.
Yeah.
Itong team na to, the past 10 games. That's what is being amplified when it comes to their squads. Ako surprised ako dito sa Minnesota, hindi rin nila mahanap yung rhythm nila. Ang laking bagay ng trade na yun kasi Cat provided outside shooting, rebounding, and defense. Julius Randle is more of an attacker, a ball dominant scorer. So that skews the floor for Anthony Edwards and for the other guys. Dante DiVincenzo, okay na 3-point shooter, has been lights out this season, but still trying to find this groove din.
Parang they traded for they traded a star for smaller pieces. Yung ginawa nila. And nahirapan talaga yung Minnesota this season. Although defensively, they're 7th in the NBA in terms of defensive rating. But offensively, stagnant sila. Nasa middle of the pack, nasa 15th sila. And yun talaga yung kailangan nila ma-improve, consistency sa offense. And I don't know kung paano nila ma-improve this season for the Timberwolves. Coach Hammer, what do you think of the other team?
Memphis?
Yeah.
Napapadasal ako pag hawak ni Ja Morant yung bola. I've never been so scared for a guy attacking the basket since Allen Iverson and post-injury Russell Westbrook. Kasi favorite player ko si Russell Westbrook. So, pag umaatake siya nung after the multiple meniscus repairs, medyo napapadasal talaga ako kasi yun yung tipo kong player, go hard talaga hard maglaro. But
Nasaya mo Nasaya panoorin.
Passionate and then I love Westbrook being in Denver. He can actually spread his wings and just
Di ba nga
ball so hard.
sabi niya nga ni Ja Morant na he won't dunk, pero he's still dunking.
Wala yun.
Go hard pa rin siya.
Cooking lang yun. Pero Ja Morant is one of the more exciting players in the NBA. He is one of the up and up stars here. And kaya pinag-usapan nga natin si Off-Wax, we were talking about who are the players that kids right now relate to. And the way that he's attacking, yung mga Pinoy na maliliit na atake sa doon. Definitely Ja Morant yan.
Yung pangalan niya yung isigaw pag nagle-layup yung mga bata.
Dati
Ja Morant.
Pero ngayon, pagka pagka uso pa naman ngayon yung mga share mo, yung mga batang dumadang, mga babata na ang lilit, very athletic. So, but I like how Memphis is built. The way that their premium is placed on defense. They have Jaren Jackson, who is, ayoko na gamitin yung term na unicorn, multifaceted player, because every guy is a 6'11" that shoots 3-point shots, that defense. Si Rafe LaFrance, ganun din.
Yun na yung norm.
Oo, yun na talaga yung norm. Kasi ang 3-point shot naging mid-range na for this generation. Ang nawala na talaga yung scoring in the elbows and in that box in between the free throw line and no charge zone. Yung DeMar DeRozan spots, tsaka Jalen Brunson, sila talaga yung nagma-maximize ng trapezoid na yun. Na yung trapezoid na yun, na pagdating mo sa mga extended na konti, and if you maximize those, mga balti na floaters, pull-ups, DeMar DeRozan makes a living out of that area. So, anyway, going back, Memphis looks good. I'm picking them over Minnesota. Tama ba? Yun ba yung pick ko? Memphis. Memphis yung pick ko rito kasi I'm banking on their defense. I'm banking on their youth dahil mas bata tong team na to. And they can actually match up against Rudy Gobert. What's the name of this kid from Canada? Malaki, bago nilang big man and si rookie. No. Memory recall ko. But they can match up with Rudy Gobert. They can match up with Naz Reid with their athleticism. And Ja Morant is an X factor here. Good matchup to. Kasi si Desmond Bain, kaya bantayan si Anthony Edwards.
Tsaka sana yung Memphis na depleted yung lineup.
Hindi nga sila
Sanay sila.
Parang alumni team to eh.
Last season, puro G-Leaguers yung naglalaro dun sa team nila. And talagang they find a way to win despite having a roster that's not complete. Baka nga tomorrow hindi maglaro si Ja Morant eh. Parang meron daw questionable injury. He's still questionable. Pero yun, that's one of the key things na kailangan natin tignan if maglalaro si Ja Morant versus Minnesota. So, yun, nakasalalay sa kanya itong game na to.
Ito yung mga kursunado ko. Itong Brandon Clark at Zach Edey. Kasi Brandon Clark Gonzaga to eh. He tore his knee, I think 3 years ago, but now very good big guy, a very good utility player. Mahilig ako sa mga utility players na may defense. So this guy would be ako isa sa mga personal picks ko pagka nanonood yung mga 4 na mga athletic, dumidepensa, pero maraming ganyan eh. But he does his job well for Memphis. So we'll see tomorrow dahil malalaki yung kalaban nila.
And lastly, we also have Boston Celtics against Golden State
Wala
Warriors.
bang phone-in yung isang banal? Baka may... baka yung mga magkuyang yan, mga Golden State Warriors. Pero ang Boston, even if they suffered a loss, tama? Last game nila.
Yeah.
I mean, cruise control to para San Antonio, nung peak San Antonio. First 82 games will be in cruise control and then peak in the playoffs, which is rightfully so. That's when you make your hay. You win championships in the playoffs, not in the regular season. You get awards in the regular season. You get the MVP. You get the NBA Cup. Yeah, at least may NBA Cup na 500K din yun. But at the end of the day, you're measured by the championships and the playoff series that you win. So you have to preserve that lineup, and they've been experiencing aches and pains throughout the way.
And Coach Hammer, hindi ako sanay na yung Warriors 500 ball yung nilalaro nila.
Dami rin nilang bagong pyesa eh.
Oo.
Saka hindi pa rin alam ni Kuminga ano yung posisyon na lalaro. Nakakahilo pa noon. But again, if Steph is playing, this is a push. But I'll be picking Boston because just because they're the defending champs and the way that they're playing, yung mga talo nila is when their 3 ball is not hitting. And sa Golden State naman, nananalo sila pag hindi nagdi-dribble si Buddy Hield. And nakalimutan niyang catch and shoot player siya.
Nakalimutan niya tumira.
Dribble na dribble eh. Ang hilig mag-dribble parang Terence Romeo. Pero we'll see.
Alright, and now let's move on to our comments from Facebook and TikTok. We have 6 comments here. So for our first comment, thank you Maki Makabagdal for your comment. Good news yung pagbabalik ni Jet Troy Rosario sa Gilas.
Uy!
Nakasama ko sa training camp yan sa Greece. Sobrang sipag and down to earth. Good addition for our national team. Happy birthday na rin, Troy. So anong sasabi niyo doon, Coach Hammer and Passion?
Siyempre, anytime a 6'7" guy that is ultra talented, that has multiple tour of duties for the national team. Good yan. Lagi yan good. Birthday pa. May swerte yan.
Oo. Tsaka I'm happy for Troy kasi yung last stint niya sa Gilas, it was a heartbreaking tournament for him. Talo yung Gilas against Indonesia. But I'm glad to see him play for kahit ma-include sa pool and hopefully get a chance to be included sa FIBA Asia qualifier. So happy birthday, Troy.
Let's go. And for our next comment, for our second comment, thank you, Power Mac, for your comment. 8 and 8 lang yan sa QMP. Kailangan niya din mga hanggang kilikili lang yan. I don't think he deserves a lot sa Gilas. Deserve a lot sa Gilas, madami pang iba dyan.
Pero Mac, syempre, 16 yan. 5 fouls din yan, pagkakalaban yung New Zealand, tsaka Australia, tsaka Iran. Siyempre, pagka-qualifiers eh. Di ba nga, pinaglalabanan na lang dito. 4 na slots sa Asia eh. So yung Australia tsaka New Zealand, pasok na agad. Dalawa yun eh. Dalawa yun. Ang paglalabanan na lang yung slot, malamang China o Iran. Yeah, dyan, 4 yan eh. 4 yung slot na yun ang paglalabanan. Yung pang-4 yung nagkakapitpitan.
How about you, Pat?
And yung system ni Coach Tim Cone, it's big man oriented. So talagang pasok na pasok si QMB and hopefully makasama siya sa Gilas pool. Sabi niya 8 and 8 lang. Pero QMB is a D1 player. He played big time ball sa US and talagang talent-wise wala akong masabi. Pasok na pasok siya sa Gilas.
Dapat talaga si Davon Harp at si Sunny Alvarado nasa Gilas eh. Yan talaga. Sama niyo rin si Alsegoba. Para solid yung Gilas team.
Alright, and for our third comment, thank you, Double T of Manila. Tingin ko kaya nasa ilalim ng mga SMC teams because busy sila sa Gilas program.
Pwede.
Ganyan din MVP teams nung kasagsagan ng support nila sa Gilas. Sacrifice for our country yan. Di mo talaga maipapanalo lahat.
Oo. Dahil busy. Dahil nga...
Nakahati.
Oo, triple duty. Tsaka may EASL pa. Parang ano yan eh, parang pusoy eh. Hindi mo naman lahat mapupusoy yan eh. Hindi naman pwede pati ulo. Lagi kang 5 pairs, mapapanalo mo lahat.
And pag marami kayong liga or ibang commitments, merong ma-hamper ba tawag
Oo, totoo. Hati yung attention mo, hanggang 3 lang. Di ba? Parang pag magpapamilya ka, di ka na pwede magbarkada. 4 lang yan eh. Magpapakondisyon ka, magpapamilya ka, magbabarkada ka, o alaga mo yung sarili mo. 3 lang, hanggang 3 lang yung kasya. Pag ginawa mo 4, wala. Magkukulaps
Ano yun,
talaga.
our love tsaka Coach Hammer, sleep, work, sacrifice mo. So,
Pagpipilian mo na yan. At saka syempre, again, sports has a big time effect on your well-being physically. Kasi stress yan eh. And competing at a very high level every day, not only in games, but more so in practices. Tapos biglang ipapasok mo pa yung international competition and then ipapasok mo pa yung isang league that simultaneously plays alongside your mother league. Parang ganyan din kasi sa EuroLeague. Pero sa kanilang kaibahan, isang laro lang sa isang linggo ang bawat team. Eh dito, 2, minsan 3 pa sa isang linggo. So, syempre, tao lang. Kailangan nagpapahinga din talaga.
and Coach Hammer, I think yun yung hindi masyado alam ng mga tao na nabubugbog talaga yung mga
Nabubugbog
players.
yan. Si FPJ nga, God rest his soul, nabubugbog eh. Di ba? Mabubugbog din talaga yung mga players natin. Tao lang din yan. And especially as you get older, you need more ample time to recover. And going back to my roots, which is strength and conditioning, you can give all the modalities that you want. You can give them all the training that you want. But at the end of the day, it's your rest that determines your performance. It's your buy-in that determines your performance. Kung wala kang buy-in, meron na nga eh. Pero ang mahirap yung pahinga. Kasi hindi lang po mga player yan. May mga negosyo yan, may mga pamilya din sila. And papag-survey natin. So, maraming interplay dyan. But again, that's part of the deal. It is what it is. At the end of the day, if you want it, you find this.
Grabe. We find Sa commercial ko narinig yung Coach Hammer.
Boses mo yun eh. Boses mo yun eh.
And let's move on to our next comment. Fourth comment for tonight. Hi, Dino. Thank you for your comment. Grabe, andyan pala yung boss ko. Miss you, bro.
Mr. Dino Lee, what's up? Yan, si Dino Lee, nakasama ko yan sa league namin before sa Phil Basket. So, I'm happy to see Dino Lee having success dito sa SB Nation. So,
Nakikita mo yung mga outbursts ni Dino.
Oh, very
Di pala outbursts, passionate.
Passionate. Yan. Oh, minsan may mga nasasabi siyang masasamang
Pre,
words.
gusto ko na sabihin eh. Galit ka ba o nagpapaliwanag lang?
Okay.
Hindi naman kalbo. Di ba? Hindi naman kasbo.
Ano pinaglalaban mo, bro?
Pero okay yan.
Okay yan
Oy,
si Dino.
Deans.
Okay yan.
Kansas, pumasok ha. Mag-ready ka. Mag-ready ka pag pumasok ng Super Bowl yan. Yari tayo.
Ayan ba yung team niya?
Hindi, ayaw ni Dino sa Kansas. Ako, natalo na kasi yung isa kong team, yung Detroit. Natalo over the weekend dahil no excuses, ganda na nilaro ng Washington. I mean, they threw a lot of turnovers. But Dino will be having conversations for Super Bowl. I think may Super Bowl special tayo here on SB Nation. So, antabayanin niya na si Dino, makakakwentuhan natin.
Hi, Dino. And for our next comment, thank you, Julian Lapid, for your comment. PLDT and Signal
Jules!
the cool smashers.
Jules! Ano to? Ghost and Beda fight. Love ko yan. Ano yan? Big supporter.
San
of-
Beda
Oo,
over.
pare. Ano yan, Brad? Naglalaro pa lang ako, nandun na yan. And iba yan, pare. Iba sumuporta sa sports. Julian, I'm sending my love to you. And salamat sa support ng PLDT. Pero syempre, Ghost and Beda fight tayo. Ghost and Beda fight tayo.
Thank you to our sports fans for your comments.
Oh, may isa pa.
Ito pa, may pahabol na comment. Top fan. Thank you, Dropping Dimes Events
Kaya!
Gusto Ohio State. Kaya ba Notre bukas, Coach
Teka lang,
Howard?
i-reflex ko lang kasi inantay ko talaga suotin na magkasabay yung hat ko at saka yung hoodie ko. Of course, I did my postgrad there. Ohio State making the finals in the first college football playoffs na 12 teams. When it was Final Four nung in-institute, I think it was 2014 I was there. They won the championship, the first one. This was the year of Cardale Jones, Ezekiel Elliott, na nasa NFL na sila ngayon, karamihan. But this cycle, dahil nausong NIL, bumomba talaga. Bomba ang Ohio State. From their quarterback to the O-line, lahat bayad. So pag ang player mo bayad, magcha-champion ka. Side note, the head coach of Notre Dame is Coach Marcus Freeman, played linebacker for Ohio State under Jim Tressel. He was part of the championship nila Maurice Claret. So, either or ako dito. Gusto ko yung anak ko pag nag-aral, good Catholic boy, plays for Notre Dame O-line. But ako, Ohio State ako dito. All the way. All the way. The Ohio State University. Bomba nyo na. Covered yan. Covered over first half, second half.
Alright. Grabe, hindi ba halata, oh?
Talaga sinuot ko. Pahiyang ko to hanggang bukas, suot ko po yan. Matutulog ako, suot to kasi yung laro alas 8 ng umaga. Gigising ako, magbubuhat ako na suot to. Tapos pupunta ako na airport, pero ibang hoodie na kasi napawisan na. Pero suotin ko to matulog. Niready ko na talaga eh.
Alright. And now, recap naman tayo sa ating hot takes for tonight. So, first hot take, Troy and QMB lalaro sa Gilas.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
Yeah, hopefully makalaro sila for Gilas.
Hintayin ko na ikaw yung una mag-break ng video pag nag-practice sila sa Inspire.
Oh, and hopefully talaga QMB gets his eligibility. Yun lang talaga yung question.
Pinoy yan, nakapaglaro ng UAP eh.
Yung official invite kay
Imbitahan
Coach
yan.
Tim Cohn.
Pag naglakad lang niya sa daport, makita ni Coach Tim sa CC, pag nakita yun, 16. Kahit sa ligang labas, iimbitahan yan eh.
Oh, pag sa runs no, parang siya yung unang pipiliin.
Siyempre.
And for our second hot take, bakit nasa ilalim ang SMC teams?
Ako feeling ko it's yung age na eh. Parang yun na yung logical na naiisip ko. And sa SMB, coaching change. Magnolia, you have the injury bug, Paul Lee injured. And Ginebra, si Brownlee parang, I think the mileage is getting there. Sobrang idol ko si Justin Brownlee. Pero yung, parang dami yung free throws na nami-miss this season.
Yes.
Oh, yun ang
Bintis pala na free throw, Prod guy. Hindi napanood si Michael Hackett. Nagbibintis na. Pero, I would second the motion with Pat na it's about injuries, it's about mileage, it's about commitment dahil ang dami nilang commitments. But at the end of the day, if they're part of that top 8, you better look out. You better look out because it would be a 3-game series or a 5-game series, best of 7. Adjustments, babagal yung laro, papasok na yung mga veterano. Yun yung mga pinaka-nakakatakot kalaban.
And
yung mga ganitong teams.
you wouldn't want to face an SMC team sa first round, di ba?
Champion teams yung tatlo.
Oo.
In the past, six conferences at least nakakuha ng isa yung mga squads.
And syempre, may tatalo ba sa Creamline?
On paper, wala. Pero sa laro, bilog ang bola, PLDT. PLDT
go.
tayo, let's go. Ako, homer pick yun. But again, Creamline is such a strong squad. It remains to be seen if they would be challenged. But ang pick ko, Ohio State! Let's go! Let's go!
And last but not the least, the SPN expert picks.
Right, Memphis, Boston, and Cleveland. Those are my picks. Tama, hindi ba picks mo?
Ako din, Cleveland. Pero sa Boston game, I think I'll go with the
Go
Warriors.
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 Yeah.
O, babalikan ko si Pat bukas itatag ko pag nanalo. Pag nanalo ang Boston.
And to our sports fans, are ready to elevate your sports experience? Dive into the world of live sports like never before with Sports Plus PH. Whether you're a diehard fan or simply love the thrill of the game, we've got you covered. So register now at sportsplus.ph. And you can support us by following our social media handles, Sports Plus PH on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Thank you so much, Patrick Edrosoro, Junkie.
Thank you so
Maraming
much,
salamat
guys.
for joining us tonight
I
for
had
your
a
time.
blast. I had a blast. Thank you so much, guys.
And of course,
Huwag ka man,
Coach Hammer, thank
Huwag
you.
ka madadala, bisita ka parate.
And to our sports fans, thank you for joining us tonight and see you in our next episode.
Let's go.
Bye, guys.
There's a bunch of different things that just like put it all together. Everything has like a different meaning.